Okay, in this video I got a request by some people, actually Fedor. You guys might see him in some of my other videos on my main channel. But he asked me to make him some mud flaps for his Jeep because the set he wants are a removable set that kind of bolts on through your frame, and all you do is when you go in the bush, you pull the pin, pull it out, put them in the back, you don't have to worry about ripping it off. But the problem is, he said they're about $140. He doesn't want to spend that much. He asked somebody in the Jeep Junkies forum to fabricate him a set. He said that it was going to cost him like $100. I just went and picked up more than enough metal to do this project, plus with the pins. So far this job's got me in $30 in parts. So let's get started and let's build these up. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So this is the first part here. We got this flat iron here. It's actually pretty darn thick. Too thick for our needs, but it was in the scrap metal bin, so it was extremely cheap to buy. That's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this in half. Then we're going to cut a length of this 16 inches, and then probably cut 3 or 4 inches out of that 16 inch to weld probably right near the top, I guess. And then we're going to machine this, put it in here. Got 16 inches right here. Alright, we're going to cut this piece 4 3/4. These are ready to be cut at 3 inches. These are 2 main plates, and once these are cut at 3 inches, the 3 inches are going to be welded right on top of there. What I did is I beveled the edge of the tube, as you can see, so it's going to help me get a little bit of a better weld in. Now we're going to put it on our piece and line her up just like we did with the other one. I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a tack on this one side. Pull that magnet off. Well, this part's come along pretty good. Both bases are made. Those are for the Mudflap. They are 13 inches in length, so you could probably work with like a 12.5 inch tire at the max. And I think Fedor's got 31, so those will be a 10.5. So he'll have to get a Mudflap and drill the holes to whatever size he wants. I'm just making him a DIY kit that he can paint it himself, drill the holes in the brackets for himself. Now let's go over to the lathe, get that section done. Let's measure this up. Give or take, I'm about 0.735. That's what the rod has to be machined down to. So it looks like I'm gonna have to shave about 30 thou. Alright, so here's the design right here. Unlike others that have a smaller square tube that goes inside a larger square tube. I find that has a lot of slop in it. This way, my design has a pipe that I lathe down so I can get it inside. This way it fits nice and snug. There's virtually no slop. I'm almost done, but let me show you what I did to get this assembled. So one of the first things I do is that I go around and I mark a 1/2 inch, because that's where I'm going to drill my holes. Except for the bottom one. So what I do is I drill my pilot hole, then I drill a 5/16 hole in the 3 sides, top, bottom, side, and then I stick my piece of tube in there 1 inch, and then I weld it around. Then I weld it in the front, and then I drill all the way through the pipe in the bottom, and then I weld it up all the way. And that way, this piece is nice and solid. Shouldn't have an issue with it breaking or coming out. So let's get the camera set up and let's drill some holes. Can't find my hammer, but this will do. Like I said, that last hole I like to drill it all the way through, then I put the weld in there deep and weld it up. That way it's kind of like a big solid plug then. I just got back from Princess Auto, got my pins. I already got one drilled through. What I'm doing is, because this sticks out 3 inches, I'm drilling it 2 inches from the end here all the way through, obviously all the way through here. That'll give me the lock. Now the reason why I went with this design here, with it welded into the main brace instead of into the Mudflap bracket itself, was that my theory is that if you're out wheeling and playing in the mud, if this gets full of dirt and shit, then you try to insert this with the pin in there, you're probably not going to get it to connect. This way, all you have to do, worst case scenario, is get a rag or something, clean this off, and then you're able to slide this on, that you can lock it up just like that. Now, I mean, if you're worried about bending this when you're out there in the bush, you gotta be doing some pretty serious shit once it's all on there. Hopefully I'll get a video of them afterwards once they're all mounted and mud flaps are on them. But this is the finished project. This is what he wanted, so this is what I fabbed up for him. Hopefully he likes them. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. So today we're going to work on the reversion part 2 of the detachable Mudflap brackets. I didn't have any direction where to go, so I just kind of winged it off what I seen. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut these off, turn them in the lathe, and probably going to cut a little bit off this too. And then we're going to re-weld it on some little small flat bar. We should be good. So these are the changes I made. You see how big the other bracket was before. So we probably shortened the detachable Mudflap brackets probably by about 3 inches or so, which should be good now. And they're all finished up.